Hello, this is my video introduction for family communications. So I am Raya Isam. I am a junior at Powell High School, and I am taking this class through dual enrollment. I have always lived in Powell, and I will continue to live in Wyoming as I go through my education. I was homeschooled up until high school, so I spent a lot of extended time with my family, especially growing up. So we were in closer contact with each other than I would say a typical fifth grader, middle schooler was. And then me and all my siblings transferred into freshman year public. So I spend my free time doing all kinds of stuff at the high school. I live by the philosophy, busy is better. So currently I am the junior year student class president. Next year, I will be running my campaign for student body at Powell High School. I am involved in speech and debate, National Honor Society, and 4-H. And I am an editor at Powell High School's school newspaper, The Prowl. So I have some published works out there. When I'm not busy doing my school activities, I'm probably in the kitchen baking. I just love the systems that go along with it and just having an outcome that I can enjoy as soon as it's done. And so that's who I am. When we're looking at the roles I play in my family, I think the most important role I play is older sister. I have 3 younger siblings, and the age differences is 2 years, 3 years, and 8 years. So there's a pretty big jump there that allows me to make more of an impact at the younger phases than I got to make with my other 2 siblings. So as the role of being sister, it entails a lot of just helping my siblings with stuff that's really simple that you might not think to bring up with somebody else. Like, just if they ever need to know how to confront somebody that's a friend, they'll come to me. Or if they just want to talk about their days, I always encourage them. I make my siblings tell me about their day period by period in our car on the way home, because I don't like a quiet car ride. So I always encourage speaking about yourself and telling me about your day. And I find that having systems for communication like that with my siblings allow us to all feel easier talking to each other. And so with this, I find that my siblings tell me about a lot more stuff than my friends' siblings do. And I think that I really appreciate that. I also play the role of daughter. Being at home and spending so much time with my family while I was homeschooled kind of put me in the position of like keeping a more realistic approach. And as that transition happened, my parents have a bit of a difficult time keeping a balance between the time we have to spend at school and like the complete like split of like nonstop being around our family to about 4 hours a day. And it's hard to balance like, oh, well, we would like to go do this as a family, and oh, only half of us can do that because we're at school. And so I often find myself being a voice of reason, saying, hey, we can't exactly take a vacation in the middle of finals week. We can push this off a little bit because it's more realistic for us 3 high school students to wait. I do think that the role as older sister is especially important in these situations, because I think my siblings have a little bit of a harder time standing up and saying, hey, this doesn't work for me because I have a speech and debate tournament, or I have plans with my friends that I've made for weeks that you already said yes to. And if we do this, it will override those. And so they know that if they need somebody to speak up for them, especially to confront people, they can come to me and I will do it. I am also a sister to a dog and a cat. And so I play the role of feeding them, taking care of them, occasionally walking my dog. We do store all of the stuff for the cat in my room, and so oftentimes he'll be hanging out in there, and so he is my little sweet big buddy. I know I said little. He's little in my heart, but he's a 15-pound cat that's like this long, this tall. It's taller if I'm not at a weird angle like this. Then what makes up my family? So for my live-in family and my, there's a different word for it, but very close family, I have my mom and my dad, and then my 3 younger siblings. So I have a younger brother of 2 years, I have a younger brother of 3 years, and then I have a younger sister of 8 years. And I think it's important to mention that she is special needs. So that adds another layer of having to have different conversations that some families may not normally have in relation to being an older sister, and how are we going to balance like taking care of stuff like this in the future? Where does this land? Is it always going to be my job, or will my siblings help with this job in the future? For my extended family, I have 6 aunts, 2 on my mom's side and 4 on my dad's side, and I have 5 uncles, 4 on my dad's side and 1 on my mom's side. And my mom's side all live out of state, and so we don't see them very often, but we communicate a lot through FaceTime and video calls. Always on holidays, we find a lot of like long, hour-long conversations, which I really love. Then I have 4 grandparents on both sides. I have 2 on my mom's side, 2 on my dad's side. And so my mom's side lives out of state, and so we only call, and then I visit my grandparents twice a weekish, just checking in, keeping up with them, making sure they feel attended to and like they're involved in the family, because you tend to lose connection, especially when there's a little distance. Then for my cousins, I have 10. They are all scattered around Wyoming. We only have 3 that live out of this state, but the rest of us are just kind of all split in our little corners. So we get a little bit of interaction, probably about 4 times a year. We get, that's 3, 4 times a year. We get full family get-togethers, and I always appreciate that time. Then when asked who I look up to in my family, my answer is my aunt, Adrienne Sims. She teaches in Sheridan, and she specializes in students that are not very well equipped in reading and who tend to struggle doing math. And I myself want to be a special education teacher, and so seeing somebody be able to handle all of these issues and be able to be upfront with me and tell me, hey, if I could redo this, I would not do this job, but you are passionate and you should. She'll call me out and she'll tell me, are you really wanting to do this? Because she knows how terrible the field is, and it takes a lot to be honest with somebody like that and say, do you really want to go into this job, even if you seem like you like it? And she has just been such an inspiration. She always knows the right thing to say, and it's just important to me to have somebody close that I can talk to like that. So that's all the questions I have listed here. If you do have any more questions, I'd be happy to respond, and I can't wait to watch the rest of your guys' videos and to go through this class with you and learn so much with all of you guys. Thank you so much.